What's up, Hans family, and welcome to another day of Hansoween. If you're new here, Hansoween is a makeup tutorial that comes out every other day in the month of October. Today is obviously an ode to Friday the 13th with a do-it-yourself Jason mask and a little bit of glam makeup behind that, so you know you can have your creepy-ass mask and be a hot-ass bitch underneath. It's all good. Granted, you could possibly buy a mask similar to this, but it won't be as fucking cool as someone being like, damn, that's a cool mask, where'd you get that? And you're like, no bitch, I made this mask. Anyways, everything will be listed down below. Let's get to it. So this is just a plain old hockey mask. I did order this off of Amazon. I'll have that link down below, and I'm going to be using acrylic paints for this just to color it all in. I would suggest sanding the mask first just so that the paint sticks to it really nicely. But I put tons of colors down just so I had a variation of different ones, but you don't need quite as many as I had down. I didn't even touch the yellow, but I was like, well, I may use it a little bit. No, didn't. I first went in with a light tan cream tone just to have as the complete base. I didn't love the stark white of it. We want to be a dirty, nasty Jason, so white ain't gonna cut it. With that said, I am highlighting with a little bit of white, and I want it to be really painterly, so this is super easy to do. I'm just using a big brush and just kind of slapping it on, mainly focusing on the high points of the mask. Looking at a few reference pictures, there's tons of different masks that he wears. Some are really clean, some are really dirty and grimy. I went with a darker shade to go around all of the holes of the mask to show that those were kind of going inwards a little bit. And you can do this with a sponge, just stipple the color all around every single hole, and if it's a little too intense, you can always take your brush again and just blend it out with a little bit of that cream tone we put down first. Acrylics are really great because you can layer them a lot, so you really don't need to worry too much about getting it perfect the first time. You can just keep layering and layering from there. Dipping into a little bit more of a darker brown, I really want the line right around the holes to be super dark. I'm even adding just the littlest bit of black and switching between using a smaller kind of brush and the sponge just to get the desired effect that I want. And continue to use the dark brown shade to layer the colors to bring out the features a little more. When the mask is white, it's so flat, so we're just bringing in a little more dimension. Go around the edge of the mask too, just to make that all look really grimy. We only want the bright parts to be on the very high points of the mask. And just utilize whatever you have. I'm even tapping out the color with my finger a little bit. You don't need to have nice paints to do this either, you guys. These are like the shitty 39-cent paints that I got from the craft store in a big, huge tube, and they work just fine. It's good to pick up a smaller brush when you are trying to line the holes right inside with a little bit of black, and go a little bit into the inside of the mask too, just to completely give a cohesive feel. You don't want any of that white showing through if you are wearing the mask or you do take it off a little bit. Same with the edges around the entire mask itself. You want it all to be completely covered in paint. When I'm pretty happy with the edges and the shadows that we've put into the mask itself, I dip a larger brush again back into a little bit of the paint, and I drag the brush along a few areas just to give more of a distressed, painterly look. Take a look at a reference picture of the Jason mask. He has just a few little red lines here and there, so I grab a smaller defining brush and a nice burgundy shade of the acrylic paint. And starting out slow, I sketch out the few red marks that he has on the mask. You could draw this out with just a little bit of pencil if you're a little nervous about just going straight in with the red paint first. But again, the nice thing about acrylics is you can just layer it. So if you fuck up, it's almost like concealer. You can just kind of layer a little bit over to sharpen out the lines. And when you're all happy-pappy with that, just take that outside, spray it with a clear varnish, and this obviously makes it nice and shiny, and it makes your paint job look approximately 27,000 times better. I don't know why, just the shininess. Oh, beautiful. Okay, on to the glam makeup. I am using my Makeup Forever Hydrating Primer. This is nothing new. I think I've used this in pretty much every Hansoween tutorial so far. This sets a nice base for my skin since I have dry skin, and I'm grabbing the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation. I want that look of taking off this grimy mask and being like, damn, I'm a sexy bitch underneath, what's up? I pat this in with a damp beauty blender, just like normal, and take the Ultra HD concealer from Makeup Forever as well in a little bit of a lighter tone, and by little bit I mean holy shit, a lot lighter. And I dab this on my high points. This was actually quite a bit. I could have used a lot less, but again, going for super full coverage, so it worked out just fine. To set all of this, I am using the NYX Radiant Finishing Powder. It's nice because it really helps to color correct and just balance everything while giving just a little bit of a glow effect to your face. Picking up this perfect filter palette from NYX in the shade Gloomy Days, it had the perfect kind of gray shades that I was going for. I wanted kind of a cooler contour for this look. I really want to hollow out my cheeks, and I do so by taking a tapered brush that has a little bit more of a point at the end. This helps to dispense the product where I want it. I kind of draw out where I want the contour to go, down around my face as well, and I pat out the color slowly to get a soft gradient into my natural skin tone. Well, not natural skin tone, my fucking completely covered foundation face. And I also do the same thing around my collarbones and a little bit onto my chest. This just kind of helps to give the whole look a cohesive feel, and since I was just wearing a shirt and jeans and actually my husband's Coast Guard jacket, I wanted the chest to match the hollowed out face. With Becca's Pearl highlighter, this is the most beautiful, perfect, straight white ass highlight. I use a smaller brush just to highlight all the high points of my face where I normally would, and my collarbones, just so that those would pop out a little more, and going straight into the brows with the NYX Precision Pencil in black. I'm keeping to my natural shape. You guys fucking know, if you've been on my channel for a while, I hate doing eyebrows. I don't know why. I don't know what changed. I used to enjoy them. Nope, not anymore. So I just add a little bit of color so they're not quite as sparse. These are two of the main eyeshadows we're going to be using for this entire look. These are Sugar Pill Love Plus and Flame Point. First, adding a light wash of both of the colors mixed together on top of the entire lid. This will just act as a base for the eyeshadow look that we're starting out with. And adding more of that shadow underneath the eye, bringing that a little deeper too. With a smaller tapered blending brush, I'm just taking the black shade in that perfect filter palette that we used earlier for the contouring, just to start darkening up the crease. And I am going back and forth, really mixing between the red and orange and black to blend the colors together and layer them on top of each other. When I do eyeshadow looks, I really like to layer colors, so I'm going with the black, smoking that out, and then patting more of the orange and red on top to get that nicer soft color transitioning into our normal skin tone. I went with more of a circular shape, going from my crease into my lower lash line too, just to stay cohesive with the circular eye holes of our Jason mask. Now just grabbing this ColourPop yellow eyeshadow. It's more of a cream kind of product. It's very interesting feeling, so I just dip my finger into it and tap that onto the space that I left open on my lid. And since that was down, I used a little bit of the orange and black mixed together to kind of complete the circle that we had going on. This also helps to add a little bit of orange onto the yellow so that it blends nicely into the eye look that we created, which I totally love because it ended up looking just like a candy corn. The rest of our face was super hollow and our eyes were just a little too pretty, so I sketched out some little eye bags we have going on that would be really hollow as well. Follow your natural shape, you can even just feel it in your skull, and do the same thing like we did with contouring, just put the color down a little bit and tap it to blend it out. You can also do what I'm doing here, which is just darkening up a few more places around the face. I darken underneath the lip, a little bit more around the nose, and I decided to even contour the nose, which I don't usually do too often. Pop on some mascara and lashes so that your eyes look all open and cute and shit. And then just take a dark pencil to line the waterline. This is just one from Anastasia to complete the look. This is a liquid lipstick from MAC, and you can see here my lips were red, and I was gonna go in with a red lipstick, but I was like, nah, fuck that, I wanna go in with a nude. So this is a cooler nude shade, and now grabbing that red lipstick that I was going to use, which is one of the newer ones from Milk, which is so fucking pretty. And I'm putting that just in the inner portion of my lip to kind of give a bitten look. Blend that out into the lip color you first put down for that nice ombre. I added a few beauty marks because 1, I love them, and 2, I don't need a reason, so don't you dare ask me. Darken the lip line a little bit just so that your lips really pop from the inner portion, and that is the entire look. I really hope you guys like it. I love it because I think it's fucking awesome that you have this mask that you can have forever. You can add a glam look underneath like I did. You can add something gory, whatever it may be. You can make it completely your own. Thank you guys so much for watching. You can follow me on any of my other social medias. Happy Friday the 13th. If you are over 18, go out and get a Friday the 13th tattoo. Fuck yeah, that's what I want to do today. Except maybe don't do what I did and go to an ex-boyfriend who fucks up your wrist with the ugliest tattoo forever. Subscribe if you haven't already, and give me a thumbs up if you like this video. I love the absolute fuck out of you guys, and I will see you the day after tomorrow. Bye!